to searching on this big wide world.
In lieu of this production, ownership rights go to George Lucas Films, Frankie, Vallie and the Four Seasons, Lynyrd Skynyrd, John Tafelappen, and the Zac Brown Band. Thank you for making this video possible. I know. I'm not David Letterman, okay? He got his appendix taken out. He's on medical leave. I'll try my best to take over for him. Is that fine with you? Okay, good. Now, who wants to learn about English literature? Okay, fine. I won't do that. What if I told you the world ending was a hoax? Well, I'm glad you're happy about that. So many people have predicted the world to end in the past century, and they were wrong. So me, my blue hand, and my slinky here are going to tell you when the world is really going to end. We have so many incidents. I'm going to show you 4 incidents that really stick out to me. The first prediction in 1976 of the world ending was by the Brahma Commerce founder, Lynyrd Skynyrd. He had believed that it was going to be a destruction, but externally presenting it as a transformation. But during destruction, Brahma Commerce leaders teach the world will be purified, all of rest of humanity killed by nuclear or civil wars and natural disasters, which will include the sinking of all other continents and countries except the country of India. That is so weird. All other religions will also be destroyed, including Catholicism, so that they alone, India, will inherit the earth for 2,500 years. I've got some eye-popping news for you, India. You better settle down. India was really outdoing themselves, and Hey guys, Francis here. It's August 17th, 1999. Here's some weird things. The world's gonna end. In 2000, the computers are supposed to blow up, and, second coming of Jesus and the polar shift and all that conspiracy theory happening. I mean, I believe it. I'm really scared to death. That's why I'm just counting coins here and hoping for the best. This one's really, 50-cent coin. It's, 200th anniversary of America back in 1976. I enjoy this one too. I enjoy this big dollar coin. This thing's the Eucharist. It's amazing. I mean, but what I'm worried for it is, my wife Miranda and I are having John, baby John, John Tafelappen. He's going to be our newborn in November. I'm just worried for him, man, because he might only have a month and a half of life before the world blows up. I mean, I don't want him to go through that. I'm just. you know, I'm just holding my skull here because Death and I are afraid of each other, so we decided to cuddle. So, yeah. And I'm not going to show you the top of his head because it might foretell the future. And also, I got these water bottles from Costco Wholesale, also known as Sam's Club. They're very dear to me. And this hand, don't worry about this thing. It's weird. So I'm just worried about the world ending. And also, I have my cat here, Sarshin. Yeah, Sarshin is about to have baby kitties, and she's married to Gertrude. Smile, Gertrude. The world's watching, kid. And my little Sarshin here, she's a winner. Francis back again. So this is my CB radio, and I use it to make announcements over Fox News and to my friend Paul, telling him that I'm going to make an announcement so he knows to listen for it. So Channel 4 is Paul. Specifically, I'm going to tell him that I'm going to make the announcement about the apocalypse, and then I'm going to notify Fox News, and it will come on your radio. Channel 4, Paul, you hear me? Okay. Well, I'm going to make the news about the apocalypse coming. It's going to be a tornado on the east side, F5, earthquake on the west, Godzilla in the middle, and a cherry on top. It's going to be pretty good. And I just need you to bring me some batteries, some water, and some eggs, just in case it actually does happen. Well, you know, I mean. Channel 5, coming in, Channel 5. This is Francis Tafelappen, one of the directors at Fox News. I just have an important announcement to make. It's August 17, 1999, and within the next couple months, we are predicting a F5 tornado on the east side. 5 of them coming in. Also on the west side, we are predicting an earthquake next month. On the Richter scale, it's going to be a 9.7. And then, we're also predicting a hurricane on the east side. But it's very important to note this. Right before the hurricane gets in, it is going to be deflected by Godzilla. We're also predicting some lava in West Virginia, oozing out, and a cherry on top. Cherries. yeah, not those fake diabetic maraschino cherries. Dude, I'm talking about the real ones. I mean, yeah, get real here. Oh, well. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. This is Francis Tafelappen signing out. Fox News.
Turn it up.
I mean, it was literally going to be the end of the world. Mass hysteria. People thought we were never going to make it. January 1st, 2000 was just going to be the end of time. It was because mainly that the computers had never switched over to a new century, or a new millennium for that fact, and maybe even some of them a new decade. So they were scared because it was a trifecta. You got to 2000 and it was just not going to exist, and because of the computers being there and some of the automatic things kicking in and there's no manual option anymore, it was going to be the end of time. Of course, the typical other things come into play. Earthquakes, global warming, polar shift, a second coming of the Savior.
When the days are cold and the cards all fold and the saints we see are all made of gold,
December 21st, 2012.
The Mayans had predicted it was the end of time long after they ceased to exist. Let's talk about that.
You know, people were saying back in 2012 it was beyond the Mayans, that it was because of this Connecticut shooting, because of this, world massacre, Hurricane Sandy, a wildebeest, Godzilla, all these things popping in, that it wasn't just the Mayans predicting it, it was something that was actually going to happen right on the winter solstice. The fact of the matter is there are people building underground bunkers to save themselves from the world ending, that there would be the elite that would be saved. If the world's ending, nobody is going to be saved. I'm sorry to tell you that. Doesn't mean you're going to be enlightened by the angels.
Of course, the typical other things come into play. The earthquakes, global warming, polar shift, second coming of the Savior.
Just like the other one, make it a double run. We're gonna cast away tonight.
Happy New Year 2016!
That's the amazing sound that we're glad to be alive. But we know there's a never-ending battle. And we know that it's going to continue, that people are going to try to predict the end of the world, even recently. July 29, 2 weeks ago now, the polls were supposed to shift, and the Antichrist was supposed to arrive, and Jesus, and it was supposed to be a whole kind of big brawl.
Surrounded by a lake, a bunch of hammocks, some sand. I don't know where I am. I'm John Tafelappen in a special edition of Getting Lost and Finding Your Way Back. So if you think about it, you're never really lost. There was a point of time when you knew where you were. You just gotta find it.
We have never found our way back. Especially in believing science and that the Earth is not going to cease to exist for billions of years. It has become that even recently, July 2016, because of the earthquakes, because of the hurricanes, because of the terrorism, and because of all this weird weather, that the Earth would cease to exist as of the end of July, because of all this mass hysteria and all this weird stuff happening. This is all proof that people are just trying to scare you, or they're paranoid themselves. Therefore, comment, like, subscribe below.
I'm John Tafelappen, and I approve this message.